Hello everyone and welcome back to Gent Watches, and today I am looking for my pencil. I've lost it. There it is. Today we are back with Kaguya-sama episode, this is season 3 episode 9. Now I better write that down. Season 3 episode 9. So forgive me for a second. You may notice already that I am speaking with like a little quieter and with a little less enthusiasm than I normally am. Trust me, that is not, my hair is sticking up. That is not because I am not excited. The reason is because my tongue has been hurting a bit today. And so because my tongue is hurting, it's a little bit more difficult for me to speak right now. And that's kind of all I do here is speak. So because of that, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for this video. I'm still going to do the video. I still want to watch this. I still want to make the video. But it's a little bit painful for me to speak right now. So if I'm stumbling, if I'm talking with less enthusiasm than I normally am, then hopefully you know why. So apologies for that. But regardless, life goes on and we continue with Kaguya-sama. So I am so excited. I know that I don't sound as excited as I was last week. Normally I speak in a high-pitched voice, but I'm very excited today because we're doing episode 9 and it's the start of last episode. It said the start of the Culture Festival and Dual Confessions arc, which sounds like the most exciting arc for Kaguya-sama in ever. I mean, that's what we've been waiting for, is the confession stuff. So the thing is, if it's an arc, it's not going to be an episode. So I'm thinking it's probably going to last until the end of the season. And if it's a dual confessions arc, it's going, the confession bit's probably going to be at the end of the season. So I feel like this episode is going to be more of the Culture Festival side of it. So we're probably going to get them having fun at the Culture Festival. I mean, I wonder what stories we're gonna get out of that. It's kind of hard for me to think of anything except the confession stuff right now because the show is going so hard on all of the main plotline stuff. So I'm super curious and super excited. Maybe even we'll get a little bit of Tsubame and Ishigami progression. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to just jump right into it. So make sure to like the video, subscribe, and comment down below. And keep in mind that this video, my tongue is weird, so it's harder for me to talk. Normally, my videos are probably even better than this one. So if you like this video, you definitely should subscribe because there's much better stuff on the channel. Anyway, let's get into this episode. Here we go. No intro today? Oh my gosh, there's no intro. I'm okay with no intro as well. Oh. I'm okay with not intro because they just released the first take of the intro, which is really good. We didn't care about that now. Now it feels like whoever confesses first wins. I'm so excited. 1 year? 1 year ago? Flashbacks? I feel like Kaguya barely ever does this sort of stuff. They haven't gone into that very much. They mentioned that earlier in the series. You're lucky Miko's not around. Previous president? Whoa, who's this? Whoa, look at that design. With the purple hair, like black and purple, that's crazy. This is so weird. Ugh, I hate that. You're a hard worker though. Mentioning the Shijo family. How did they get her part of the council then? This feels like the sort of thing he'd do now and be happy to do, you know? Oh, ugh. He can't swim. The president? What? No, it's Kaguya. Wouldn't even matter if she could swim or not if she had the rope. I wonder if Kaguya can swim. Oh. Man, seeing Ice Queen Kaguya again. Feels like an entirely different character. Oh, that's brilliant! Like, who's worthy of standing next to her? Only the student council president. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. The animation of Chika and her friends. What? Hatsune Miku? That's awesome. The star ratings. She's dressed as a maid. That's brilliant. I love Hayasaka's, you know, basic bitch voice. Ah, look at the Miku server. I love her. Sorry, I haven't been reading because I've been thinking about the Miku thing. Because now this show, if it wasn't confusing enough, it now has Miku, Miko, and Maki. That's so cute. Chika? Oh. Oh, it's the Ramen Kings! I never thought I'd see these guys again. That's why I showed the taxi, because he was one of the Ramen Kings. Chika's not part of this cafe, right? I don't think so. Yeah, she's practiced. The green screen. That is so good. Oh, she's actually getting appreciated. Although it's sad for Kaguya. Interesting. Your pride or the president? Which matters? Nice. I kind of like that she's going for her pride right now. You know? Like, this is her own independent thing. Free of Shirogane. Nice. Yes. I'm surprised that Kaguya can do that, actually. That's so cute. Don't say it to him. Okay. Papa Shirigane. I love his theme song. You just knew. Oh, it's now just no confession made. There's more Ramen King stuff. Oh my gosh. Ishigami's Culture Festival. Is he considering doing it now? But right now, she's kind of busy. Oh, she did the same thing as Kaguya. Yeah, he wants to spend a little time with her. Yeah. Oh, my heart is pumping. Yeah, just thinking about this. Tsundere senpai. And she didn't think that referred to her. Oh my gosh, this is the cutest monkey's ever been. Good advice. Oh, this is my favorite monkey's ever been. Tsubasa. This complicates things. Kashiwagi. Aww. Yeah, I mean it's not genuine, but Kashiwagi's just so cute. Yeah, Kashiwagi, you didn't ask him out, so. Oh my gosh, they are so much cuter together. Now than they have ever been. That's not a bad idea. Oh, well, that could be hit or miss, maybe. Oh, good. I think Ishigami's more scared of horror stuff. Aww. Go, 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 quick, before anyone else... No, before anyone else gets to her. Okay. That's a good backup plan. She actually is. Tsundere senpai. They're all sneaking up. Oh. Really? Is this really happening? That actually happened? I would scream right now if I was in regular mood, like if my tongue wasn't hurting. Wow, that's... How is the episode over already? A1, you do know that your episodes are supposed to be 20 minutes long, right? You're not allowed to make 5-minute episodes. It doesn't fit with the advertising, and it's not what we expected from the show. You have to make 20-minute episodes, okay? For future reference. I'm gonna cry, dude. The Ishigami stuff at the end, it doesn't feel true. It feels too good to be true. And I think that's the point. We'll get to that in a second. I want to go in order so that I don't get off track and miss out on the earlier stuff in the episode. So I'll talk about the Tsubame stuff soon, so stay tuned. Okay, so we started with a flashback. Now, I said when it was happening that I didn't feel like Kaguya-sama did flashbacks very often. And as I was thinking about that, I guess they do. There's like several Miko flashbacks, and there's obviously the major Ishigami flashback. And then they'll every once in a while. But I think maybe what I meant was I'm surprised that we're 3 seasons in and we hadn't gotten Shirogane and Shinomi's backstory yet, really, like properly, you know? Like their relationship with one another back then. Because it sort of just jumped to the point where they were pretty familiar with each other in the show. And that's surprising thinking back and looking back on it. Like that is a pretty bold thing to do in a romantic comedy show, to have the 2 main characters like start the show and they know each other and they've known each other for a while and they're pretty familiar with each other, and we're just sort of jumping in halfway through as their relationship starts to get spicy, right? Or as their little back and forth crush starts to get spicy. But we saw who the previous president was, something that I had never even thought about. Like, I just never even considered the fact that there was ever another president, you know, at least while they were at school. But of course there was, because Shirogane became president as a second year, right? So the first semester of the second year. Actually, I don't know if do they work in semesters? Regardless, I'm going to use that terminology, and if it's wrong, then whatever, call a cop. The first semester of the second year is when Shirogane became president. He did the entire semester, and then he became president again for the second half of his second year, which is coming to an end now. But yeah, so I didn't even think about the fact that, yeah, for his first year, there was another dude who was president of the student council. And it was that dude. I didn't catch his name. I don't know if we heard his name. We might have. I will admit, I think I missed a few things in this episode, being excited and thinking about other things. So on a rewatch or on a few rewatches, I'll catch it if there was. But dude with the black and purple hair, interesting design. I'm kind of a fan of when characters have normal looking hair but cool colors, you know? Like, they don't need to be spiky crazy Yu-Gi-Oh hair, even though I love Yu-Gi-Oh, but they don't need to be crazy Yu-Gi-Oh hair. They don't need to be hair that's like slicked forward and curled around and back and 6 braids and whatever. It pretty much just needs to be regular hairstyle, but then just like, you know, put something funky in the color. Put like a streak of something. Put, you know, half one thing, half another, but make them complement each other. Or in this guy's case, the outside of his hair is black and the inside of his hair is purple. I liked it. It was cool. And yeah, it was cool to see sort of the origin of Shirogane wanting to become president. And it was for Shinomiya, which is crazy. I mean, you know, you could think of it as just like a retcon, you know, like, yeah, just a complete retcon of, you know, the sort of character he was beforehand, because it implies that most of Shirogane's hard work has been for Kaguya rather than a lot of it was for himself, which is why Kaguya fell for him in the first place. But Kaguya fell for him after he had already started improving himself for Kaguya, by the looks of it, from what we've seen here. I mean, I'm sure he was a hard worker and probably had good grades anyway. Like maybe not top of the school, but I think he probably had good grades anyway because I mean he got into Shuchin, right? And as far as I know, that's got to be pretty hard if you're not rich, I would think, but I'm not sure. I would assume so, because otherwise anyone would be in, and it wouldn't just be rich kids, right? So it's either you have a lot of money or you get really good grades, and he gets really good grades. I'm assuming. But when it comes to the school system, especially the Japanese school system, no knowledge in there. Anyway, that's I've talked enough about the flashback. There was the whole Ramen Kings stuff that was really solid. It was, you know, an in-between story, so whatever. It was nice to see that Shinomiya had something for herself, you know, something that wasn't related to Shirogane. Even though I don't really care if everything she did was, you know, in some way because of Shirogane, but I always appreciate when they put something in there that's something a little different, you know. Tsubame. Let's talk about Tsubame. We've gotten to it. Let's talk about Tsubame. Wow. It's exactly what I wanted, and I was just so shocked to get it, and I was waiting for the ball to drop, you know. I was waiting, and I think Ishigami was as well. We're tearing up. Hold on. I was waiting for Ishigami to say, you know, do you want to go with me? And her go, yeah, sure. And then it, you know, then revealed that she was saying it to someone else, or she was misunderstanding the situation, or blah, 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 blah. But she just looked genuinely so excited to go with him. And just, yeah. I'm losing my train of thought because I'm emotional, because I really, really, really love that. And as I am a single guy who's only been in one long relationship in my life, you know, one that lasted a significant amount of time. But, you know, it's enough that I have experienced, you know, those moments of just like pure joy, pure love, like just that sweeping emotion that just like sweeps you away of like, I can't believe this is all going right for me, you know. And like out of all the things, you know, out of all the things in the world, I don't have regrets about that, about getting swept away by love, you know. That's something that is it was a major part of my life, and even though it's a slightly painful part of my life because I don't have it anymore, it's still something that I hold on to so strongly in my heart. Like not the relationship itself, but the feelings that I grew from it, you know, and the experiences that I had. So important for humanity, so important for growth. And just so important to who I am as a person. I'm not going to throw that away just because I was hurt, you know. And so like seeing scenes like that, I think I get extra emotional because it's like, this is someone who's putting his heart on the line and being rewarded for it. And it's so nice to see, and it's a great representation of it because that can happen, you know. The point of the show, this is sort of the entire moral of the show, is just like, this is shoot your shot, the show, you know. If you have feelings for someone, if you speak up about it, that's a good thing. Like that's a very good thing, and that is something that is going to lift a weight off your shoulders, because if the other person feels the same way, like all the time you'll have together, the life you'll have, even if it doesn't work out, you can still have amazing experiences during that time. If you dated for 3 months and those 3 months you had, you know, as long as it wasn't, you know, an abusive relationship or anything, obviously, but as long as it had some form of love in there, you can have amazing experiences from that you can have with you for the rest of your life. It's amazing. I talked too long about that. Let's talk about Maki real quick before I end this video, because Maki, this is the best appearance of Maki yet. By far. By far. She's appeared 2 times before this. Prominent times I'm talking about. Not when she's like in the background going, ew. 2 prominent times before this. And, or is it 3? I can't remember. But regardless, the problem is I rewatched these episodes 1,000 times, so I can never remember how many times she's actually appeared. Regardless, this has been her best appearance, because it was an appearance where she was supporting someone else. In fact, out of all the Kaguya stories, all of the advice-giving stories are probably my least favorite. Not that they're bad, but they're probably my least favorite stories in the show. So we took Maki out of the advice segments and we put her into a new segment, and suddenly I love her. She was cute, she was funny. I love that Ishigami just keeps calling her Tsundere senpai. I love that they're just like putting that out on the table. It's like, this is what her character is. And she is like genuinely being a wingman, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Give me more of this Maki. This Maki is amazing, and I would love this Maki to be a main character. The other Maki, the Maki that is purely obsessed with Tsubase, not as interested in her. Still like her, she's still funny, not as interested in her. This Maki is the one I want. It's the same Maki, but, you know. Anyway, great episode. Awesome episode. This discussion felt like it took ages, so I'm sorry if it did. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode. If you stayed around to the end, amazing. Thank you very much. And if you did, please make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below of what you liked about the episode, what you liked about my reactions, suggestions for things on the channel. All of that stuff is very, very helpful for me. And yeah, that should be about it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Goodbye.